the huts of history's pains, our ancestors bled and died, but with strength and with power we overcame to restore Virgin Islands' pride. To preserve the beauty, we devised a plan to obtain ownership of your precious land. Educating your people is the golden key to maintain the success of this territory. Oh, how radiant are your daughters, and how wealthy are your sons. Your beaches boast your beauty, and your success is second to none. Green and brilliant are your hillsides, they replenish our hopes and pride. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied.
Please remain standing for invocation.
Good afternoon. Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you once again as a Lion family, thanking you for life and thanking you for allowing us to gather together once again. We pray for unity, dear God, that you bless us as we continue to serve our respective communities and the persons in need. We pray for those who have traveled to be here with us today, who they've come from near and far, that you cover them and that you protect them and take them home safely. We pray for all leaders in our district and our multiple district, and for Lions and Leos who continue to give of themselves selflessly to continue the greater good. We thank you, dear Lord, for the many blessings that you've bestowed upon us, and we thank you for covering us and our families. We pray that you may continue to keep us in good health. We pray, dear God, that those who are ill today, that you may touch them and that you may bless them and that you may heal them. Let everything that is done here today, God, be done well. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you. Let's now observe a moment of silence for world peace as we also reflect on all men around the world as we celebrate International Men's Day. Please be seated. We'll now have a video. Line Wendy.
Hello, Lions. This year, it is my sincere pleasure and a great honor to serve as chairperson of our global foundation, Lions Clubs International Foundation, or LCIF. I am so excited to work together with all of you as we share the important role that LCIF has in our service to communities worldwide. As Lions, we serve whenever and wherever we are needed. LCIF empowers service through grants and programs. And Lions and Leos projects funded with LCIF grants expand that service beyond what any Lion, club, or district could do alone. Together, we are improving health and well-being, strengthening communities, and supporting people in need. LCIF grants and programs ensure long-lasting change, bringing help and hope to those who need it the most. Together, we're fighting diabetes, preventable blindness, childhood cancer, and so much more. We're feeding the hungry, responding to natural disasters, and empowering young people for success and protecting our environment. Lori and I have had the opportunity to see service projects throughout the world. We've been to Kenya and we planted a lion's forest of trees, of millions of trees. We went to container and tent cities in Turkey and saw the devastation that was there and how we can help. We've been to hunger projects in India and provided for those that really needed some help. I wish that every single member of our organization could see firsthand what our foundation does, what Lions can do because of LCIF. Through the impact that we create together, we truly make a difference in people's lives. It's because of this impact made possible through our foundation each and every day that I give to LCIF. You know, we were on a service project a while back and we invited people, not even Lions, just additional people to help us serve. We inducted them as new members, and not only that, but they reached into their own pockets when they saw the wonderful things that we continue to do. They reached into their own pocket and they gave as well. I give because I know 100% of my donations benefits LCIF grants and programs. Every dollar I donate is used to help people in the world who need it the most. We can do so much with our donations we receive from Lions around the world. It's only through your support that LCIF can continue to award these life-changing grants and programs. I encourage every Lion to donate to LCIF at whatever level you can. Every donation makes a difference and helps fund our work together. Thank you for your continued support of our global foundation. Together, we are making a great day for so many people. You guys are awesome.
So Lions and Leos, I hope that sets the tenure for the meeting's evening. Now, I will ask to stand again for the reading of the Lions Code of Ethics.
The Lions Code of Ethics. To show my faith in the worthiness of my vocation by industrious application, to the end that I may merit a reputation for quality of service, to seek success and to demand all fair remuneration or profit as my just due, but to accept no profit or success at the price of my own self-respect lost because of unfair advantage taken or because of questionable acts on my part. To remember that in building up my business, it's not necessary to tear down another's, to be loyal to my clients or customers and true to myself. Whenever a doubt arises as to the right or ethics of my position or action towards others, to resolve such doubt against myself. To hold friendship as an end and not a means. To hold that true friendship exists not on account of the service performed by one to another, but that true friendship demands nothing, but accepts service in the spirit in which it is given. Always to bear in mind my obligations as a citizen to my nation, my state, and my community. To give them unswerving loyalty in word, act, and deed. To give them freely of my time, labor, and means. To aid others by giving my sympathy to those in distress, my aid to the weak, and my substance to the needy. To be careful with my criticism and liberal with my praise. To build up and not destroy.
Thank you very much. We now have the reading of the Leo Club objects for the Leo President of Tortola.
The Leo Club objectives are to make available to Lions Club an activity whereby they may serve the needs of youths in their respective areas, to provide the youth of the world an opportunity for development and contribution individually and collectively as responsible members of the local, national, and international committees, to promote service activities among the youth of the community to develop the individual qualities of leadership, experience, and opportunity, and to unite its members in friendship, fellowship, and mutual understanding.
Thank you. You may be seated. Lions and Leos, it gives me great pleasure to lead you in this second cabinet meeting. I now turn you over to our first Vice District Governor to do the welcoming and introductions. Lion Allen.
Thank you very much, Lion District Governor. Good afternoon, my distinguished fellow Lions, Leos. On behalf of the District Governor, our Cabinet, and our host, the Tortola Lions Club, I'm pleased to extend a warm and embracing welcome to all attending virtually or in person to the Sub-District 60B Second Cabinet Meeting. We are very excited to have you here today, and your presence echoes loudly on your commitment to service. Being a part of our wonderful Lions family is such a pleasure. And I would like to take the opportunity to wish a happy International Men's Day to all our male Lions. As we discuss and plan the critical work, let us take a moment to recognize and acknowledge our esteemed Lions who are gracing our presence. These are past International Director Lion Nicolin Carlin Moore, LCF Constitutional Area Lion Malcolm Kerwin, Chairperson Leo Advisory Panelist Leo Michelle Smith Abro, Leo Advisory Panelist for Constitutional Area 1, Lion Abel Forbes, Chairperson of the Council of Governors, Lion Shibiki Kazibon, District Governors 68, Lion Natasha Hamilton, and our own distinguished Governor, Lion Dr. Caroline Goddard. Our multiple district and New Voices committee chairs and New Voices coordinators, immediate past district governors of 60B, Lion Nicholas DaCosta, our Vice District Governor, Lion Judy PMGF, and yours truly, multiple district committee chairpersons, past council chairpersons, and past district governors, Council Cabinet Secretary Treasurer, Lion Carl Raffel, Cabinet Secretary Treasurer, District 60B, Lion Nicola Callender, District Lions, Leos, Region Chairpersons, Zone Chairpersons, Lions, Leo Lions, and Club Presidents. Your dedication and leadership have been instrumental in shaping our Lions community, and we are grateful for your continued support and guidance. Once again, we extend a heartfelt welcome to every one of you Lions. Let us come together with enthusiasm, camaraderie, and a shared commitment to service as we work towards positively impacting our communities and beyond during this Lion District year. Lion District Governor, let the meeting commence. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lion Allen. Lion and Leos, it is indeed a pleasure to see so many people here in this gathering. It is so good to have an actual in-person meeting once again. So I thank you, Lions from Tortola, St. Croix, St. Thomas from all coming out, and St. Martin for all coming out here this evening. Lion Cabinet Secretary, are there any apologies for absence?
Good afternoon, everyone. District Governor of the distinguished Lions, guests, Leos, my fellow Lions. Excuses and apologies for today include Lion Elva Smith, PMJF. She's the immediate past council, district council secretary, district cabinet secretary, no tail twisters, I hope. And certainly, she's traveling today, so unfortunately she cannot join us at the meeting. I also had an excuse, Lion Ori Boyard, and this is his zone chairperson for Zone 2B. She has indicated that she is currently in the UK, so that's 5 hours out, so she may be able to join if she's awake. And Lion Shonda Ford, PMJF, the activities chairperson, she has asked to be excused. District Governor, these are the excuses for this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Lion Nicola. Lions, the minutes have been circulated online. And that's the minutes of the first cabinet meeting held on August the 27th, 2023. Can I get a motion that these minutes have been circulated and are taken as read?
Mr. Governor, first Vice President Alexander, I held virtually on the 27th of 2023 be taken as read.
Thank you. Those in favor?
Second line, Governor. Wait a second.
The lines haven't. And Vilma Campbell, can you mute, please? Thank you. So Lions and Leos, let us take that the minutes have been circulated and taken as read. We now move on to confirmation of said minutes. May I have a person to move for the motion, a motion that the minutes be confirmed?
Land District Governor, I would like to move that the minutes of the first cabinet meeting held virtually be confirmed. This is Lion Judy King, second Vice District Governor.
Thank you, Lion Judy. Do we have a seconder?
Lion District Governor, I wish to second the motion. Lion Christopher Emmanuel, Zone Chairman, Zone 3B.
Thank you very much, Lion Christopher. Are there any matters arising from the minutes? Matter arising, page 1. Matters arising, page 2. Matters arising, page 3. Matters arising, page 4. Matters arising, page 5. I take it that no matters raised as being important to discuss at this time. Let us close that item and move on to agenda item number 11. Thank you, Absent.
Thank you, District Governor. Correspondence includes outgoing, of course, during the time under review, period for review. We had various correspondences going to update the district officers, going to update the district on various activities. Incoming correspondence includes the monthly club health status, and I wanted to mention this because it's important that so I want to show it as well, at least those aspects of it. Not a lot to read, but on a monthly basis, this is what comes to the CAPSET and the district governor. And for the month of January, I would like persons to pay special attention and update their numbers at LCI. This is exactly what I use to do the billings. So when you see me have a figure and you've changed your figure after I get this report at January 5th, maybe then we may have problems because the multiple district would have gotten these figures and so would I, and hence why we bill as we like. And I thought it was important to mention it so that you understand exactly where we're getting those figures from when we say that you have 25 members. Under correspondence as well, we also have the Easterner. I know you guys are very familiar with this. Why I mention it here as well is because it had an article indicating preparing for retirement that I think that all of us should read. And that was very helpful. And it also has helpful information that would assist you in your knowledge of Lionism. We also had correspondence indicating, on a sad note, the passing of past charter member Lion Eric Enriquez, and he is a charter member of the Lions Club of St. Eustatius, and he passed away just over a week ago. May he rest in peace. Wendy, can I share? There are 2 pieces of correspondence I actually have to read all of, and I will go ahead and the first one is correspondence, which everyone by now should have received. And this is information as it pertains to the multiple district 44th convention registration and the hotel reservations. And it goes, "Dear Lions and Leos of multiple district 60, greetings from Antigua and Barbuda. We, the members of the Lions Club of Antigua, are pleased to be hosting the 44th Multiple District Convention from the 9th to the 12th of May 2024 at the Royalton Antigua Resort. We do apologize for the late start to the registration process, but changes had to be made to the original hotel and negotiations with the current venue took longer than anticipated. However, we remain resolute in ensuring that your time here in Antigua is well spent. The following information is relevant to the registration and hotel reservation process. And these are the critical points. Registration: Lions and Leos attending the convention will be required to complete the registration form in JOT form first using the link. And there's a link there for you to utilize. Upon submitting your form, members will be redirected to the Ticketing Events app or website to download the app through Google Play. So this is critical because there's a 2-step thing that you will need to do in order to be able to pay once you do your registration. Once you have downloaded the ticketing app on your mobile or on your tablet devices, search in the app for the 44th Multiple District Lions Convention to make the payment. Select Get Tickets and add the necessary tickets to your cart and make payment. An email notification will be sent confirming your payment. So it's important, whichever email address you use, that you are looking for that confirmation note there. And it's important that you get that confirmation note because that confirms for sure that your payment has reached. All payments except on-site payment will be done using the Ticketing Events application. Now, the registration fees are early bird US $225, and the deadline for this is January 15th. Now, that date may sound a little familiar because I'm almost certain that that is also the deadline for your early bird for international convention, but you can double check. That's usually around that time. Regular registration is US $250. So that's US $250, and that period is January 16th to May the 7th. So on May the 7th, that is the close of your regular registration. And then you have your on-site registration, and that's US $225. For Leos, as per usual, Leos youth is a good thing. You only pay $100 US. And the registration fee includes the Antigua night. More important information, hotel reservation. The Royalton Antiguan Resort has offered group rates for the duration of the convention. However, to benefit from these rates, all reservations must be handed to the Lions Club of Antigua, handled by the Lions Club of Antigua. In order to benefit from the special Lions rates, all registrations must be handled by the Lions Club of Antigua. Anyone who contacts the hotel directly will be charged at the regular rates and will not benefit from the group rates. To confirm your hotel reservations, a minimum of 3 nights stay must be paid upon booking. So whenever you book, your credit card will be swiped for the 3 nights of the booking. And I'm going to tell you the group rates in a minute. Now, if members will be sharing a room, only one person is required to make the booking. The names of the other members staying in the room should be provided to ensure that the hotel makes the necessary arrangements. Following the same process for registration, hotel bookings must first be done using the JotForm link, and that is also provided in the correspondence. Now, upon submission, members will be redirected to the ticketing events app to make payment. Please search for the 44th Multiple District 60 Convention Hotel reservations and add the necessary tickets to your cart and make payment. The group rates for the hotel include for the junior suites, for single, $327.99, double to $1866, and for an additional person, and this is all US, for an additional person, $164. And for teens, always the youth, the teens, they have a rate of $109.33. And that's teens, when they define teens, once you're 13 to 17. Now, the rate policies, and this is the hotel again. Rates are quoted in US dollars per person per night based on indicated room category and occupancy. The hotel will not credit unused services or inclusions. Taxes are subject to change according to government's regulations. We're familiar with that. Rates are net. Mandatory payment of a tourism guest levy is required upon registration in the amount of $5 per person per night. The check-in time is 3 p.m. and the checkout time is 12 noon. Late checkout is subject to availability and to an additional charge. A minimum 3-night stay is required, and you heard that because that is what will be taken from your credit card when you book. All-inclusive rate inclusions, and of course they have listed all those things that are included. So the important things here, because everything else is standard, daily breakfast, lunch, dinner at the hotel restaurant during regular operational hours, unlimited international and local liqueurs by the glass at hotel restaurants and the bars during regular operational hours. Of course, there's again included is an in-room mini bar, complimentary access to fitness center. Yes, everything else here is standard for hotels. Cancellation policy, another very important. If you must cancel your registration and or room, notification must be in writing to the Multiple District 44th Convention Chair, Lion Kim Joseph. And her email address is, and that's also listed in the correspondence, but I'll tell you here in case you're taking notes, md60convention2024@gmail.com. Any registration cancellations received between February 15th, and April 4th, 2024 will be subject to a $50 per person cancellation fee. So I'm going to ask you to just make sure you review the cancellation policy so that you don't run into any situationships. Hotel deposits cannot be refunded after April the 4th. Okay? Hotel deposits cannot be refunded after April the 4th, 2024. Cancellation notification must be received on or before April the 4th, 2024. So you can put that in your phone as an alert because that is the deadline for any cancellation. Please send that cancellation notice to the same multiple district conventions email address, and that is md60convention2024@gmail.com. Offsite guests, members who will be attending the convention but are seeking alternate accommodations will be required to pay a daily fee, a day pass of US $70. This will allow you access to the same amenities as participants staying at the hotel. I suspect that's the same amenities except the room. Should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to us via email. Again, that email address, a confirmation, md60convention2024@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing you all in Antigua next year for the 44th Multiple District 60 Convention. And this is from Kim Joseph, Lion Kim Joseph, MJF, the Convention Committee Chairperson. Correspondence continued. Last but not least, and we're staying with the theme of conventions. So I'll get it together, I should say. Okay, and this piece of correspondence was received from the president of the Mandeville Lions Club, Lions Club of Mandeville. Dear Lion District Governor, Mid-Year Conference, November 2025. During the Lionistic year 2025-26, the Lions Club of Mandeville will be celebrating its 50th charter anniversary and would like to have the opportunity to celebrate this significant milestone with the members in Multiple District 60. It is with this in mind that we now present a bid to host the mid-year conference in November 2025 in Jamaica. In anticipation of a favorable response from Cabinet Jurist in Lionism, Lion Andrea Collins Robinson, President. Lion District Governor, there ends correspondence.
Thank you very much, Lion Nicola. For the IT hosting, there's some persons requesting to be entered into the meeting. If you can facilitate that. I also got a message indicating apologies from, the president of the St. Eustatius Club. She's unable to attend the meeting. So we will take that as tendered. Lion Velma, I'm sorry I had interrupted you a little earlier. I think we were getting a lot of static from this end. For those of you who may have missed that motion, Lion Velma Campbell was seconding the motion made by Lion Allen for the minutes with respect to the minutes. We thank you for your contribution. We didn't hear you clearly, but we accept what you were doing. Lions, we now move on to item 13 on the agenda, presentation of the audited financial report. Lion Alva is not available. Lion Nicola, will you facilitate? While we're waiting for Lion Nicola to upload.
I am very much here, Lion District Governor, and just to clarify, I was sending you a note. Just to clarify, recall that Lion Alva is indeed traveling, and while we do have copies of the audited financial statements, those copies are being worked on by the former administration still, so they are not yet available for presentation.
Okay, Thank you. For those of you who may have missed some of the MD60 convention, it is in the chat aspect of the Zoom meeting. They have the dates listed by the IT chair, co-chair, and it also has the actual letter listed for you to download. The meeting is being recorded, so you can go back and get a copy at the end of the meeting or contact the IT person and we can provide you with a copy at the website. So those are the rates and the dates for the MD60 meeting in Antigua. So having heard our Cabinet Secretary Treasurer with respect to item 13, I think that will nullify item 14 at this time. So we move for approval of bills for payment, item 15 on the agenda.
District Governor, one single second. Let us make sure that you are using your current agenda. Because on item 13 on the agenda that you should have is financial report.
I have item 14 as financial report. Thank you, Line Products. So my apologies, I'm sure the TLT would have noted that. So we move to the financial report.
Thank you, Line District Governor. Let me do the small one first. So I'm going to go ahead and share just the small one. This is the disaster dues. This is never an issue. Okay. These guys here. Okay. So everybody can see, just prompt me, District Governor. Yes. Okay, excellent. And basically, so far for the Lionistic year, we would have received about let me say, 2,000 US dollars, and we would have transferred that amount to the district dues account. So you would have noted in on your invoices a fee for district dues, and we have collected $2,000 thus far. Sorry, when I ran the figures, which was around November 17th or so, more money may have come in by then. All right, so we started with, and again, why I'm hesitant about this is because we don't have audited financial statements, but we did have an amount in the bank account that suggested that we would have had $84,107.15, and of course the projected total once we add that $2,000 there would be $86,107.50. And I'm going to just switch over to the dues account. Can you see the dues account? Or do I have to stop sharing and share again? Yes, do you see a different report? Okay, excellent. No? Okay, let me just stop.
Yes, we do. We do.
Oh, you do? Okay, great. Somebody said no. Who is this? Okay. All right, so we have the dues account, and these figures, again, in the early times of the year, finances would come in slowly, but they're coming in. And the dues from the district, just about $11,450 that was collected. The disaster dues, just over, and again, that $100 would have come in just after. And if you were listening just now, you heard that $2,000 was transferred. So we have another $100 sitting in this account to transfer when we do the next transfer to the disaster dues account based on the information here. And by tomorrow, hopefully somebody else has paid, and we'll have another 50 or so. And that's how that works. Okay. Now, overpayment to the district, we had just one club, and I do have a little note at the bottom. We had just one club having an influx of funds, apparently, and they would have done an overpayment to the district, and we would have refunded, and you'll see that going out later on. Funds from LCI, and I'm reliably informed that you have a presentation a little later on that speaks to this $6,780 that was received. LCA contributions. This is LCA contributions that was not necessarily in the reports for that clubs have actually donated so far for this year. Although I'm thinking to myself that these came in just very early in the year. The online payments processing convenience fee, you would note that on all of your invoices, you would see a fee for exactly that, online for payment processing, once you're using the Fagaro system. If, however, you did a direct transfer, then the bank will take that fee for you. So the banks usually charge about, I don't know. So once you do the direct deposit, you will deal with the bank on any fees that need to be paid. But once you use the Fagaro system, and that's the payment system that where you see the link in your invoice, and you see $25 US, there is that fee. And thus far, we've collected about $750 US. Funds for the Leo clubs, again, for the Lions clubs. On your bills, you would have also seen that charge for the Leos for your Leo club. And so far, we've collected about 768. And this is for the Leo district because, and yesterday, even in our workshops, you would have heard clearly there are two things that happen with the Leos. Each Lions club, they will actually make their payments to Lions Club International for the existence of their project called the Leo Club. Once we form the Leo district, however, the Leos now are big boys and they need to also pay their district for their existence and those things that they will need to do. And it's a nominal sum for most of the Leo clubs, and that payment is included on the line so that they're not paying or they're not struggling to figure out how they make those payments. In total, the total income for the year, thus far for the year, $22,695.04. Expenditure. The expenditure to date, we had less expenditure than we had income. That's always a good thing. The multiple district expenses, and this is the portion of that we have to pay for the half year. So next year, January, you will see another bill coming for the rest of this 4074. And again, based on that club assessment that we will receive, it will be based on the members at that time, just like LCF does it. So it will be based on that information that is provided or that that we have at Lions Club International for your club at when we run the billing. So it's important that during December, while you're hamming and turkeying, that you are also making sure that that very important thing you do so that you're not overcharged by Lions Club International or by the district, because you don't get back your money at all. The district, they stopped about 2 years ago. They stopped they stopped allowing you to make the adjustment after the fact. Bank fees, $86.54. The POS charges, remember you saw it up there, that payment processing convenience fee that we collected, and this should be able to cover any charges, the POS services, point of sales services, which is which was 523 at the time that we ran the report. We ran the numbers, and we had some minor payments on a monthly basis. And with the Fagaro system, we get a small charge when your credit card declines. We get the charge, and right now we are holding it at the district. So I'm just going to ask you to just be very careful and make sure that you enter that information correctly so that you don't get a decline and have to do it over again and multiple times, because that can increase the numbers here on the expenditure side. Then there was a purchase of an autoclave, and again, this is associated with the 6780 that you saw at the top in the income. And that is all to do with that project that we're going to hear about a little later. well, we started our first club audit. So right, and there you have the refund to the Lions Club, the 526.75, and for a total expenditure on general expenses of 7,117.83. Then we have technology costs. Remember, technology costs from last time we spoke, and we said the technology is going to be that thing that is going to creep up because we're going to be using it more and more, and technology is not cheap. So we had our website payment. We also have our domain name changes, and domain names basically, when you see at subdistrict60b.com, that's what that is all about. We also have our SSL certificates for the website, and that's all about ensuring that I want to say registered as having a secure website. I want to say that that's really all that is. It does not mean that you do not now need to go and secure your website additionally, okay? You really should. District email system user license renewal, $600. We didn't have to do any setup for Pagaro. That's actually in place. And the monthly support fee, not there. And then of course the Zoom license, $74.95. For sure, yes, that payment was actually made. And the total technology cost, $1614.95. Not bad. They transfer to the district account, of course, because this dues account really is what we would call our operations account. And we transfer that $2,000, we collect it there, but we transfer it over to the district account. As I explained just now, we have a small deficit for now, and that is $7,888.26. And of course, at the beginning of the year, we indicated in the unaudited statements that there was $18,525.69 on the account, and certainly with the addition of the surplus, we would have and should have 26. And the bank statement did confirm that we have 26 for $13.95 in the account. And the notes, remember I mentioned those a little earlier, the overpayment of district dues by one club. This was refunded a little later. You would have seen it in your expenditure as having gone back out, and you would have seen the income of the 67 of the amount. Go back here. Yeah, 67.80 for one, and that an amount of that has already been processed, and that is the 5904.67. District Governor, over to you.
Thank you very much, Lion Capsat. Can we have an approval of the financial report?
Lion District Governor, I move to accept the financial report as presented by Cabinet Secretary Treasurer Lion Niccolo Calendar, MJF.
Thank you very much, Lion Avaloy. Seconded.
Lion District Governor, I wish to second the motion. This is Lion Maxine Bravo, Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow.
Thank you very much, Lion Maxine. We'll move to item 14, approval of bills for payments.
What is it again? Trustee pays. Okay. Under bills for payment. Okay. Under bills for payment, we had approved by the Finance Committee a payment to Lion Catherine Pert, right? Okay, and certainly this repayment was for $51.96, and this was for the access fees for the Pagaro system for June, July, August, and September. And what happens normally is, again, transparent. A credit card is usually tied to the system, and so that credit card is charged for the access fees for the month, and that and so sorry, is that question? I'm sorry, let me go back to Zoom. Sorry, is that a question?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay, sorry. All right. Oh, sorry, I thought I was actually sharing. Let me pop back there. And there you go. All right, so and so that's the invoice that was approved. Second invoice, and of course, there was an amount here. This is 16. Okay, so I was explaining just now that what happens is that you tie your credit card to it. So up until the month before this, you would have had a situation where Lion Kathy's credit card would have been tied. No, mine is tied. So now these for the first part, those refunds will go to Lion Kathy, and now we're also requesting refunds for Lion Nicola. For this particular invoice, that's November until, whoops, this is paid yesterday. Right, so the 15th of November to the 22nd of November. And these invoices will come in monthly. For the quarterly website hosting and support, July to September, which means that we know that there's another quarter coming up. Another invoice will come like this. It was $265 on this toss. What happened is that this was actually paid, was approved and paid, and a refund is now due to Lion Kathy as well. Is that the last invoice? Yes, please. It certainly is. So that is 4 invoices. The Fagaro system to Lion Kathy, invoices, 2 invoices to be refunded to Lion Nicola, and the quarterly hosting to be refunded to Lion Kathy.
Thank you,
Mr. Governor.
Thank you. Can we have a motion for the approval of these bills for payments?
Lion District Governor, I move to approve the bills presented by the Cabinet Secretary Treasurer, Lion Nicola P. Calindo, Melvin Jones Fellow, and supported by the Finance Committee.
Thank you very much, Lion Avaloyd. Do we have a seconder?
Lion District Governor, I second the motion. Lion George Good, Zone Chair 1B.
Thank you very much, Lion George. Lions, I know that's been the formal side of the meeting. It's been a bit stiff for you. So let's move to lighter matters. We move to item 15, the district committee's updates. We will begin with the Leo District. I'm going to ask Leo Raldane to open the baton. Leo Raldane.
Thank you, Lion District Governor. Good afternoon, fellow Lions, Leo Lions. I apologize for the absence of my video. District Governor Lion Dr. Carlisle Goddard, Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow, other distinguished Lions of the head table, in the audience and the virtual space, guests, Lions, my fellow Leos, good afternoon. My name is Leo Raldane Thomas, and I am the proud Leo District President of our Leo District 60B. And today, along with my very able Vice President, we will be presenting an update on the Leo District. So in this presentation, we will be talking about the metrics of our Leo District. We will highlight the President's Project, the committees that have been established during this year, the Leo District Conference coming up in March next year, and some upcoming events. So we will start with the metrics. At the start of the year, the Leo District was 51 clubs strong. However, we lost 2 clubs, but we gained 3 clubs, bringing our number up to 52 clubs. We lost the St. Thomas Leo Club, Marymount High School Leo Club. However, we gained the Georgetown Cyber Leo Club, the Eltham High School Leo Club, and the St. Andrews Central Leo Club. So we are moving positively. In relation to membership, in July, we started off with 711 members in our Leo District. but as of November 13th, we are 832 members strong, which indicates a 15% growth in our Leo district. Leo Lion Fabian, our district Leo chairperson, will talk more about the metrics of the Leo district. Moving on to the President's Project. As we know, or if you are not aware, the Leo acronym means Leadership Experience Opportunity. Now, I thought that when I was taking up this mantle, I thought we did not pay as much attention to developing leadership skills in our Leos. Therefore, that is why I chose the theme Leaders United in Service. As a result, my Leo District President project will be a 2-day virtual leadership symposium. The proposed date is February 10th to 11th, 2024, and we would like your support to save the date, please. So under the theme Leaders United in Service, the symposium will focus on wrong way. Collaborative leadership and team building, innovation and creativity in leadership, succession planning for future success, and Leo resources from LCI, and open forum with the Leo region chairpersons. So we look forward to having Leos and Lions across the district come out and support this 2-day leadership symposium as we aim to improve our Leos. During this year, we have established 4 committees, and I will invite our Leo District Vice President, Shaquille Isaac, to present, as this is his responsibility as the Vice President. Leo Shaquille.
Good afternoon, all. Please allow me to stand on the protocol established by our Leo District President. Our current Leo District is embarking on the initiative of establishing our committees, which we have successfully launched this year. And the 3 main pillars that we're going with is the global causes and services, the membership, and the marketing and communication committees. Now, these committees were established to ensure that, as our president mentioned, to give us, our Leos in the district, the experience and the support as growing leaders, emerging leaders in the various fields, right? Our Global Causes and Services Committee is responsible for encouraging clubs to do at least one service project from each of the LCI's humanitarian goals through district-wide projects. It also aids the service chairperson and the club presidents with service activities, and we work closely with the Leo District Program and Leo presidents and secretaries to ensure that clubs are actively reporting service activities on the MyLion app, and that's the new app that we are establishing. Our membership committee, we work closely with the Leo Program Commission to market the annual membership challenge. We act as a resource to the membership chairpersons and club presidents in relation to recruitment and membership retention activities. And based on the matrix that was shared before, we can see that we are on a positive trajectory. We moved from 732 to 800 plus, which is positive growth in our membership. We're still a little bit behind our target, but based on projections, we are hoping to achieve that. So we want to say well done to our membership committee and for the support that they have been given to the various membership chairpersons throughout our district. We also have developed a district-wide recruitment and membership retention projects, which they are working on very, very assiduously. Our Marketing and Communications Committee. This committee has a very heavy task to manage the Leo District social media pages, to work closely with the Leo District President and Secretary to publicize necessary information to social media pages and various groups, and to market the club events, programs, and initiatives, and design the graphics based on the LCI Global Branding Guidelines. So far, all of our committees, have been active, and they have been planning and executing various events and activities, which we are very proud to report. And so we just want to lend the support. We have our Global Causes, which is currently ongoing, a poetry competition among the clubs, and they have the opportunity to submit those poetries to us, and they will be judged and they will be posted on our social media. So that is another creative way that we're getting them to think and to support the different global causes through that poetry competition. We also have from our membership committee the membership video challenge. And again, we want to promote the clubs to the various persons or various communities so that we can recruit like-minded, service-oriented persons to the Leo Club. And therefore, we have our membership challenge that is currently ongoing as well by our membership committee. Our marketing and communication department, committee rather, were successfully able to host one social media symposium, which is very effective. I must say that the two presenters were very, very good in terms of what they presented and the information that they shared. And we have already seen the knowledge being used based on our clubs and what they post and how they publicize and promote the different committees and the different events and clubs. So we have already done one and we're looking forward to having more in the upcoming months. So I now hand you back over to our Leo president. Thank you.
Thank you, Leo District VP Shaquille. And some of the upcoming initiatives by those committees include a breast cancer interview by the Global Causes and Services Committee.
Rest myself.
which
I
they are
am not
supposed to
feeling
be
well. Go
publishing
and do
very
what you have
soon.
to do and
We have
clean
the
the
Leo District Conference.
Where he put the broom.
We have the Leo District Conference coming up that we are looking forward to, and we have various Awareness Month projects that will continue to take place. Now moving on to our very exciting conference that we're looking forward to. Now our Leo District Conference 2024 will be held by our Barbados Leos. We are very excited and looking forward to fellowshipping with our Leos in Barbados and across the district. And the theme this year is Empowering Tomorrow's Leaders, Navigating Change and Inspiring Impact. Now, this Leo conference will be from March 28th to April 1st. Registration details will be provided in our upcoming Leo District Council meeting next week, and we look forward to telling you more about this. So the second staging aims to provide a platform for networking with Leos and Lions across the district. It will be a combination of leadership development seminars and life skill workshops. And of course, we will take the time to experience Barbados through fun-filled activities and a service project. It will all end with our Leo District meeting featuring the election of our new officers for the 2024-2025 year. Now, I will read one of these testimonials from our attendees this year. The Leo Conference 2023 was very interactive, fun-filled, informative, and it created a space for bonding and socializing with other Leos from different countries. It was a wonderful experience. Lions, I encourage you to sponsor a Leo to come to this conference so that they can have the time of their life and meet other Leos from across the district. It is a great opportunity, and we also invite you, Lions, to come along. Upcoming events, we have our Leo District 60B Council meeting, as I stated, next week, Sunday, November 26th, 4 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time, 3 p.m. Jamaica Cayman time. This is where you can find out more information about our Leo conference and where you will be able to hear about how our Leo District is doing. We have the Leo Leadership Symposium coming up in February. We have the International Leo Day Party hosted by the Constitutional Area, hosted by Lions Club International, and of course, our Leo District Conference. So thank you, and we would love for you to reach out to us. Our contact information is on the screen. Don't be afraid. We are all Leos that love to serve. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Leo Galdine and Leo Shaquille. Thank you ever so much for that update. I'd like to suspend this time in order for one moment to bring an excuse on behalf of the Region 3 Chair, Liane Suzette Holder. She's had an emergency and is now unable to attend. And secondly, to give the immediate past District Governor, Lion Nicholas DaCosta, a quick moment to say a comment. Lion Nicholas.
Thank you, Lion District Governor, for the opportunity. Guest Leos, my fellow Lions, good afternoon. I want to apologize for not being on video, but I assure you my picture is better looking than my video right now. So I hope you'll forgive me. First, Lion District Governor, let me congratulate and just give awesome recognition to the Leos, just now the Leo District President, for that presentation. It was well informative, and I know that the Lions will always support our Leos, especially with you at the helm, Lion District Governor. Lion District Governor, I just wanted to come on quickly just to comment on the audited financial statements to assure the Lions and Leos of the district that it is progressing. We have received the first draft of the audited financial statements. And I want to assure our Lions and Leos that there were no adverse findings from the auditor, but there were just some questions that the Cabinet Secretary and myself had for the auditor to clarify with that draft. One of the things being is that we know that certain clubs throughout the district carry a credit balance year after year, and for several years, those were never recorded in our audited financial statements as an accounts payable. We record them internally, but it was never recorded on our balance sheet as an accounts payable that the district owes, which it rightfully does. So we wanted to ensure that that was materialized within the financial statements. And there were other questions that we had for the auditor to clarify certain items. But as I said, there were no adverse findings. All of the final figures agreed with CABSEC's documents. So I am hoping that it will be coming back from the auditor shortly, and we'll be able to hand them over to you. And that way CABSEC will no longer have to put unaudited, and she'll have assurance that the figures that she's reporting on are audited and final and complete. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak to that.
Thank you, Lion. That's why we have forensic auditors in the Lions Club. They'll make sure that they keep you on your toes. So thank you for clarifying that point. So resuming standing order, we now move to the Leo District Committee Chairperson, and that's Leo Lion Fabian. Leo Lion Fabian.
Thank you, Lion District Governor. Lion District Governor, Lion Dr. Carlisle Goddard, Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow, other distinguished Lions at the head table, in the audience, and in this virtual space. Guests, Leos, my fellow Lions, good afternoon. To apologize for my video as well. However, I do have a presentation to share. Okay, I can share screen. Because I do have some sound. All right. Thank you, Lion District Governor, for the opportunity to share with you a status report from the District Leo program. Today, we're going to talk about the goals of our Leo district, or the District for Leo program, share with you a few metrics and insights, as well as to share with you some information on membership and service through my LCA and my land respectively, as well as to just kind of give you a recap of some of the initiatives that the Leo program committee has been doing or has done. And of course, I like to always end with gratitude. The district goals, our Land District Governor had shared his goals at the start of the year, that we would like to focus on 3 main pillars: membership experience, membership growth, and Lion and Leo partnership. We would like to ensure that we are supporting our Leos to transition to become Lions or Leo Lions, and as well as to coordinate any training opportunities and orientation sessions for our Leos to ensure that they understand their roles, understand everything that they would need to do in their respective positions in the club, as well as with service, as well as any administrative responsibilities there is. As part of the membership experience, we want to provide support to those inactive clubs, and quite a few of the clubs Lion District Governor have been reactivated, and we're working on more clubs to be reactivated. Membership growth is also a key area. We just ended October Membership Growth Month, and we've seen quite a bit of increase in membership. And I want to thank the Leos and the Leo advisors and Lions who worked hard with their Leos, with the membership drives, and inviting Leos, new members, to join the Leo Club program and to be a part of this great experience. our goal is to to increase membership by 25% and ensure that Leo clubs have a membership above 10. We want to also certify one Leo club, and Lion District Governor, I can assure you we have met that goal and hope to have more. Leo Lion partnership is one thing that the committee has been stressing. We're encouraging Lions and Leos to partner with each other in projects and initiatives, social activities, you name it. We're asking you to work together as and you know, apply for the Lions and Leo serving together banner pledge. As CAPSEC mentioned, we have collected Leo district dues of 768. I'm very happy that she elaborated a little on the update that came in at the start of the year regarding the billing of the Leo district dues. And I want to thank the cabinet for accepting this approach. We have 21 Leos active who have paid so far, or greater than 21 and counting. Some insights on our Leo club. We have 43 active Leo clubs in the district. Right. We have our 43 active Leo clubs. Of that 43, well, in addition to the 43, we have 9 inactive clubs, giving us a total of 52 clubs in total that would have been shared earlier. In that breakdown, I want to highlight that we have 4 reactivated Leo clubs. Very happy about that. We have 3 new clubs as well. And unfortunately, 2 clubs were canceled. So we have a net growth of 1, our net gain of 1, which means that we still met the district governor goal. However, we're hoping to stay steady and have more clubs join or stay steady at the 52 so that we don't fall short of that achievement. Membership insights, we have 832 members in total, had an opening balance of 711. We added 137 members and dropped 16 members since the start of the year. Our goal is to go to increase by 25%, and we are well on our way, Lion District Governor. We're seeing an increase of 15%. Membership growth month last month really had a spike in members joining the movement, and so we're hoping to see that go up throughout the rest of the Lionistic year. I just included this slide to show you geographically the distribution of Leo club members across the Leo district, with greater percentage coming from the clubs in Jamaica and the ECR. The Leos have accepted the challenge of Mission 1.5 and are working to increase their membership as well as to increase their membership experience. They go hand in hand in ensuring that we meet this mission. And so we are just letting you know that the Leos understand the mission, understand the challenge, and are running with it. 8 of the 43 active clubs are below 10 members so far. We're going to work with those clubs to ensure that they go above 10. The figures are reflected as such. It's important to note, though, that the clubs that are in bold, Bishop Gibson High, Tortola, Gainstead High, St. Andrews Central. St. Andrews Central Leo Club is new, and so they are growing their membership, and the other 3 Leos have been reactivated and are steadily growing their membership to overcome this the 10-member barrier. Soon we'll have the other clubs joining. 8 of the 9 inactive members are below 10 members. And as I mentioned earlier, we're working with those Leo advisors and clubs to ensure that these clubs are reactivated and actively working in the communities. I just want to point out here, Lion District Governor, that my LCI membership portal is still the primary platform for record keeping for our members. And I want the members, Leos, Lions, and Leo advisors here on this call to ensure that your Leo members are reported in my LCI and ensure that you keep your club membership roster updated. LCI would like to reach a goal of 200,000 reported Leos. From my checked recently, there's 130,000 plus. Initially, it was 170,000. But of course, as the new year started, Leos age out, Leos move over to become Leo Lions, and so that figure fluctuates. But at the end of the year, their goal is to reach 200,000 reported Leos. We here in Leo District 60B can make a big contribution to that. So I'm encouraging all clubs to ensure that your members are reported in my LCI. 60% of active clubs are reported at least one service project, and I really want to thank all the club secretaries for ensuring that your reports are submitted on time. We have 401 service project to date, serving 96,604 persons across the district. The Leo Program Committee sends out monthly reminders to the Leos to submit their reports, and we will continue to do that as we are seeing it working. Leos and Lions are serving together, and we are seeing the collaboration, and we just want to remind you that the Serving Together banner patch is available. Ensure that you sign up for it, fill out the form, and you will get your banner patch to display on your banner. It's a way of showing your pride between you and the collaboration that you have with your Leos. As the district governor mentioned, we are trying to ensure that we build a sense of family here in our district. So ensure that you apply for this banner patch and continue to collaborate with your Leos. Some of the initiatives that the district Leo program have done: we've hosted our installation ceremony to install our district officers, and we had the opportunity to have an inspirational speaker, Lion Gerald Jackson, Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow, and we also heard from our District Governor Lion Carlisle Goddard, Dr. Lion Carlisle Goddard, Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow. We had our first town hall, which allowed us to share key updates to members of the district. And this was well attended by Leos and Leo advisors, and we are very happy that was a success. We hope to host another soon, so keep your ears on the ground as we share more information. The Lion District Governor challenged our Leos to come up with a dance to the catchy Vibesy District song. And we had one submission, and we were very happy for it. We want to share this with you also. Lion District Governor, if you don't mind, I'm just going to share that video.
This one for the Leos. The youth will be pride with them on the rise. The future is bright. The seniors providing the juniors inside. Teach them the ways and then move aside. A new generation emerging, strong and determined. You can't deter them. Everyday lessons and learning. Success is certain. I am because we are. I am because we are. Heart of a lion. I am because we are. I am because we are. Heart of a lion. I am because we are. Heart of a lion, yeah. Heart of a lion. I am because we are. Heart of a lion, yeah. Heart of a lion. I am because we are. Heart of a lion, yeah. Heart of a lion. I am because we are. Heart of a lion, yeah. Heart of a lion.
Right. Thank you to the Leo Club of Portmore for participating in the District Governor Leo Dance Challenge. We hope that other Leos would have participated and post their videos so that we can share and comment. Some training opportunities, Lion District Governor, that the committee is considering. We want to encourage Leos to take on the Leo Learning Path on the Lions Learning Center. It offers quite a lot of courses tailored for Leo learning. So we're encouraging Leos to go on the Lions Learning Center and try one of the Leo learning paths that are available. We understand that a few Leos and Leo advisors are either not yet signed up on MyLion or still not quite sure how to navigate the portal. So we're considering to collaborate with District IT team to host a one-on-one session to help those Leos or advisors that are impacted. As shared earlier, International Leo Day celebration is coming up, and our CA1 team the panelists, as well as the Leo Lion Board liaisons, are going to be hosting a celebration online. Please stay tuned. It's on December 5 at 11 a.m. Central Time. So please join and participate in this grand celebration. I just put this here to ensure that our Lions know that the District Leo Committee is supporting the conference, and we are working together with the Leo District to ensure that plans are in place for a successful second Leo District conference that should be held in Barbados, March 28th to April 1st. If you have questions or you would like to stay in tune with all that what's happening or want to stay connected with us, please use one of these platforms. Email us at leos@subdistrict60b.org. You can chat with us on WhatsApp. Our contact information was shared in our introductory letter. Participate in any of our online sessions and stay informed, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Leo District 60B. Just type in Leo District 60B on Facebook or Instagram and you'll find our page. I want to thank everyone who have helped put this report together and has helped me along the way, as well as the committee initiatives. Just want to show you the members of the committee: Lion Anne-Marie, Leo Lion Terry, Lion Lindell, Leo Olivia, who is the cabinet liaison, Lion Allen, first Vice District Governor, and yours truly is Leo Lion Fabian, the chairperson for the committee. Lion District Governor, please give me the opportunity to extend gratitude to the previous district committee, running the program for 3 years back to back has its many challenges, and I just want to express thank you to the past district Leo chairperson, Lion Abaloy Forbes, Melvin Jones Fellow. And this all started in past District Governor Lion Maureen Graham's Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow in her year as District Governor. I just want to say thanks to all the administration before that would have contributed to the development of our Leo district. It wasn't easy at start, but I am very happy that we have a solid foundation to work with going forward. So thank you so much. Lion District Governor, thank you for the opportunity to report. Have a great rest of meeting.
Thank you very much, Leo Lion Fabian. I really like the dance, so I actually saw one comment asking if there's any substitute for the squat position. So I guess there's some more takes to be had. But some lions have also, sorry? You were saying Leo Lion Fabian?
Hoping to see more of those videos.
Yes. Well, some lions have taken the challenge on as well, and they want enough lions can be involved. So I'm going to sweeten the pot. So we now have a Leo Lion competition. So which lion or which Leo group can come up with the best dance? Because we will dance in Antigua. So let's see what you have. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Go ahead, District Governor. Go ahead now, please.
Sorry, did you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Leo Lion Fabian. We're moving over to the zone chairperson's interview segment with Lion Avril Reed from Barbados, the St. Michael's Club. Lion Avril.
District Governor, Lion Dr. Carlisle Goddard, Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow, distinguished Lions, Leo's guests in the live audience and virtual platform, fellow Lions, Leos, and guests, welcome to all of you. Today, for a brief period, I will be joined by 4 zone chairpersons to share with the audience a bit about the club health in their respective zones. Let me first introduce these very important lions to you. Joining me from Zone 1A, Lion Damian McKenzie. Zone 1B, Lion George Good, Melvin Jones Fellow. Zone 3C, Lion Cornelia Moses. And Zone 4C, Lion Maxine Bravo, Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow. Welcome to my zone chairpersons this afternoon. We're going to take a brief look at the membership across our district. We will touch on the finance and LCIF as well as reporting. There's no doubt that our club membership is aging. We thirst for new, fresh, vibrant, and skilled persons to join our clubs in order to sustain the legacy of Lionism, but they are presenting challenges. I will begin today with Lion Maxine. First, you will tell us how many members you have, how many clubs you are responsible for, and the area for your clubs. As a zone chairperson with responsibility of assisting, monitoring, and reporting on the clubs in your zone, I'd like to ask you, what is your observation among the clubs regarding the trend of membership? And do you share the same position with the opening statement? We are now in the month of November, 1 month away from half of the Lionistic year. I take it that most of you have started and completed or near completion of your official visits. And so our dialogue today will be based on what you have experienced as you move around your clubs. So welcome to you, Lion Maxine.
Thank you very much, Lion Avril. To answer the first part of your question, I must say that I have learned from the Lions in my district, where we have 198 members strong in Zone 4C. Across the district, we have, the zone, we have 106 members in the Lions Club of Grand Cayman, 34 members in the Lions Club of Cayman Brac, and 58 members in the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens. I know that there have been some cleaning up campaign going on within our zone, wherein members have died. We've had past members, so those members have been dropped. We have membership cleaning up for those persons who are just sitting on the books, not paying their dues. We have life members, a number of life members. We also have a number of members who are paying dues but not really active. So the clubs have really considered that they should really do a cleanup campaign before they can actually grow membership. They've also considered whether or not members are forthcoming in coming out to meetings. And we find that most of the clubs like the hybrid meetings, and they get more attendance when there is hybrid meeting. So for all 3 clubs within the zone, they have been doing their hybrid meetings where they have the membership approximately 60% of attendance across the 3 clubs. And I think that is really good. I have done all club visitation, and I must commend all 3 clubs for really ramping it up and showing me that they are doing everything for their members. For the Tropical Gardens and Grand Cayman Club, they have really pushed the initiative a little bit further by having social meetings and the in-person social meetings, some outside of the club, some inside of the club, which encourages membership growth. So to build their membership, what I see that they have been trying to do is to focus on the members' health, how members support themselves, how members are able to support the continuation of coming out to meetings. Cayman Brac Club, their thing for encouraging the members is to have meetings at an hour. So they consider the time And we know how important time is for everyone. So all members are encouraged to come out to meetings, but they try to keep their meetings at an hour. I must say that the attendance and the initiative for all three clubs are really great, and they continue to do their membership networking. I know that they are doing their club health assessment, wherein they are encouraging persons. 3 of the clubs, I know there are 7 members, prospective members for the Tropical Gardens Club. I know that Cayman Brac has quite a number of members bringing in as well, as who is the Lions Club of Grand Cayman. So for the next Lionistic period, which is January, I'm hoping to see membership growth to about 21 across the 3 clubs. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maxine. But while the growth is being encouraged, I wonder what we can do as a district to stimulate the what we put out there to encourage persons to join our clubs. I'm going to turn to you, Lion Damien. So we know that we follow an agenda every day at our meetings. We consider the length of our meetings, how we conduct meetings, the fellowship, and the style. What do you think could be changed or altered or introduced in making the meetings more effective, more interesting, that persons will want to come out and remain a part of the membership?
Well, thank you, Lion Avril. I think, quite frankly, we would have to take an approach separate and apart from just looking at what the length of the meeting is. I think Leo Fabian talked just now about, the membership drive and the membership experience. So as you can appreciate, there are several facets that feeds into membership experience. It feeds to what type of workshops are you bringing, separate apart from, just meetings. What type of activities are you bringing? Are you helping Lions to somehow relieve their stresses that they're going through? We can appreciate that the COVID pandemic not only, altered the business world, but it altered Lions, ability to do things. And as a result of, that change in how the landscape is, we have to be quite strategic in the things that we bring into, the sessions. So separate and apart from, maybe strategic, because what we have done in our zone, in my particular club, is we seek to have meetings at strategic points and projects at strategic points where we can have larger collection of members attending projects. Now, that still needs some fine tuning, but separate and apart from that, make the meeting fun, tailor them to things that Lion finds interesting, I want to kind of follow through on one of the points I heard Maxine raise in terms of what I am seeing where membership is concerned is that you have a core group of persons who are always attending these, sometimes meetings and sometimes projects. And what I seemingly find is that it has the potential to cause burnout. And you can appreciate, if Lions, are being asked regularly to do things compounded with their personal lives, and it is not a load that is spread across your cohort of Lions, then that kind of seeps into demotivating, Lions. So one of the things, we can do is attract new members, bring, a better membership experience, as I mentioned just now. Be multi-pronged in our approach, nurture our Leos. Leos, I found, because I was a Leo, it brought some amount of vibrancy, it brings some amount of youthfulness in the movement when you partner with your Leos. Another thing that we do in our zone is we're partnering with different organizations, hotels, business, private sector, that we would not necessarily do. And what I find is that when we have these projects, the conversation becomes much easier when we're having and trying to attract new members. So those are some of the things that are happening in Zone 1A.
Damien, what are the clubs in Zone 1A that you are responsible for? Who are the clubs? Who are your clubs in Zone 1A? You're muted. Damien?
It wasn't allowing me to unmute. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Okay, so I have responsibility for 3 clubs: the Lions Club of Montego Bay, the Lions Club of St. James, and the Lions Club of Savannah Lamar.
Okay, thank you. Lion George, good afternoon.
Pleasant afternoon to you and pleasant afternoon to all the Lions and Leos who are online.
Okay, so still in a bit with the membership, but particularly, let's look here now at the finances of the club. So as you have moved around your clubs, perhaps, and most times when the clubs report, you may hear that some of them are not financial, have not met their obligation to the Lions Club International or district, the dues to be paid. And then there's the further problem of members paying their dues. Do you think that persons understand the reason for payment of dues, why we have the dues, how they are built, constructed, and maybe do you think some of them think that they are asked to pay too much money for dues? What do you think? From the ground as you move around your clubs.
Thank you so very much for your question, Lion Avril. I want to say that the club that we're in, we really have to understand the nature of it. As a service organization, we are here to lend support to others, and in lending support, even as our code of ethics state, we give up our time, we give up our labor, and we give up our means. So I think what is important is that we have that conversation from the initial stage where persons do know what is expected of them, and that we not just add the persons for adding sake and to grow our membership when they really don't have the means to contribute and the means to pay. And we do understand, and we cannot take away the fact that we're in a harsh economic climate, and there are things that compounds our ability to pay and members' ability to pay. We do understand that sometimes members are able to pay at first and will fall in situations later on. So we do understand those situations, but I think what clubs have to ensure that we do, and as a whole, is to ensure that we have that kind of open conversation, that kind of workshop in terms of ensuring that our orientation process speaks to the fact that these fees are to be paid and what is expected of our Lions. And I think when people better appreciate and get the information from early and understand what is expected of them, then you will have less excuses or less resistance, because this is something that you would have bargained for from the initial stage. So I find that sometimes we tend to not give the full information at the start and to say exactly what is expected. And then at the end of it, or the tail end, it comes around to haunt us when we have the persons really not paying, etc. So yes, the complaint is about the amount that we pay. Persons will have those complaints, etc. But I really believe if we have those conversations initially, and we are clear about the conversations and we're open, is this really something that you can manage? Is this something that you can take on? Then yes, I think the process will be a little easier. Nonetheless, on the road to the collection, persons will meet some bumps and will have some hurdles, but that takes the whole matter of the conversations within the club, that takes the whole matter of workshop talks, etc. And I believe over time we'll get to alleviate those situations.
Thank you. LCIF, I'm still with you, Lion George. LCIF, we see the importance of the Lions Club International Foundation and the contributions that have been made thus far to countries where the disaster has struck and stuff like that. Have you been encouraging your clubs on the importance of contributing to LCIF?
I would say a resounding yes to that. And even recently, all the clubs in Zone 1B and 1A, we partnered together with our LCIF regional coordinator, who would have met with even the LCIF coordinators and the presidents. And one of the good things I saw coming out of that meeting was that presidents who are going to be LCIF coordinators next year were there and wanted to participate so that they can be aware of their roles ahead of time. And I found that very instructive. And so, yes, we continue to promote LCIF. It is one of those grants, it is one of those institutions that as Lions, we can all point to various projects in our varying clubs, in our varying communities that LCIF would have contributed to. Right now, the Old Harbor and St. Catherine Central Club, we are awaiting a final response for LCIF to approve a particular project that we have written up for, that we have bid for. And so, yes, we have to expect that the situation is both ways. If we don't contribute to the fund, then we cannot withdraw from the fund because there would be not enough money or no funds for us to receive. And so what has been happening in our zone is that I've seen where not only are members making contribution individually, but I've seen where clubs would have found creative ways to have fundraisers, within our clubs to sell little tokens, Lions branded tokens, etc., to members of particular club and members of clubs within the zone and region. And we contribute those funds towards the LCIF cause. I've seen where in our zone and in our region on a whole, we have fundraisers that are tied together, that is aimed or geared towards LCIF. And so we continue to promote that initiative and to promote LCIF.
Wonderful. For us, for my club, the Lions Club of St. Michael, one initiative that we have for subscribing towards the LCIF foundation is part of our dues, what we pay as dues, part of the funds go towards LCIF as a contribution. So once you pay your dues, automatically a portion of that is budgeted towards the LCIF. So I guess clubs can look at, other initiatives to do such. Thank you. And how many clubs do you have under your responsibility, Lion George?
Zone 1B, we have 7 Lions Club. We have the Lions Club of South St. Elizabeth. We have the Lions Club of Mandeville, Lions Club of Porus, Lions Club of Clarendon, Lions Club of Old Harbor. We have the St. Catherine Central Lions Club and the North St. Catherine Lions Club.
Okay, thank you very much. Hi, Cornelia.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon to you. So we're going to look at another area that makes up part of the health assessment for the clubs, and that's reporting. We are able to see or hear of our club's performances through reporting, but not all clubs report on time. Not all clubs report their projects in a way that you're not a part of it, but if you read it, you can paint a picture of what has happened. Having moved around your clubs, is there a trend of more clubs not reporting than reporting? And what do you think needs to be done to improve the quality of reporting that you have observed so far?
Thank you for that question, Lion Avril. So in terms of my observation, I must say that, well, I'm pleased to report that clubs in Zone 3C, which I have responsibility for, are reporting. So there are 9 clubs and 88% of the clubs are reporting. On the onset, when we had our first zone meeting, we were privileged to have Lion Wendy as our guest speaker. And she underscored the importance of reporting, the impact that it has on the district, as well as on the club, and reporting in terms of accountability. Because when clubs report, it forms a database in terms of what they're doing. The district is able to see what clubs are doing and so on and so forth. So with that in line, I have been behind the clubs, encouraging reporting, because it's all well and good. What I have pointed out to them is all well and good to plan these impactful projects, but we must report. The community needs to know what we are doing. So clubs have been doing that. There's one club I am working with, and it's not for the fact that the club doesn't want to report, but there are some challenges in terms of, reporting is specifically the role of the secretary. And so the secretary is consumed with a lot of work-related commitments that requires traveling. And so the reports are not done in a timely manner. But what I've implored the president to do, let the service chair work with the secretary, provide that sort of support that would assist in the reporting, because even though it is designated to one person, team effort is important. Don't let although the responsibility is for that one person, work together to make sure that the reportings are done. When I became zone chair, in reviewing the transition report, Zone 3C has always been commended for reporting, right? So it's not an issue, but we want to ensure that all clubs are reporting. So that is what we're pushing, because reporting is important. Plan, execute, report.
Thank you, Lion Cornelia. So these few questions remaining now, open to any one of you as a zone chair. Having taken on the responsibility and based on your training prior to the start of your Lanistic journey, what would you say would be the biggest challenge for you getting around to your clubs and being able to assist with any major challenges that they have? So what then could you identify as a major challenge as a zone chair with the responsibility of helping the clubs that fall under your leadership?
Can I step in?
Sure.
I would say the geographical location, because I have oversight for clubs in St. Vincent and Grenada. And so it is difficult, of course, for me where I can move in person and sit in at meetings for clubs in St. Vincent. In Grenada, it is not the same, but thank God, we're able to utilize the technology so that we can have these virtual meetings. For me, I'd rather, the in-person, because although the meetings can be done with the Grenadian clubs virtually, sometimes it's not the same than if you were there in person, right? And sometimes you have limited time in terms of the virtual, because at the same time, you want to ensure that the business of their meeting goes through. So the geographical logistics, that is one of the challenge for me as zone chair, not being able to really move around and connect on the ground with the clubs. But I understand the reason why that is so.
Thank you. You're muted.
Okay. Well, it's a similar challenge for me in terms of the geographical space, but also I think relative to the spread of the meetings, that sometimes, creates a challenge. But what I would have done quite recently actually was attended a Zoom meeting. So Zoom is proving to be, a champion in terms of giving us the ability to bridge the gap that, location and geographic space brings. Notwithstanding though, a face-to-face interaction sometimes yields, better results relative to being able to look at, non-verbal cues and all that good stuff. But, for this period, I suppose that we'll have to leverage technology the best we can and use it to our advantage.
Can I add to that as well? I believe that my challenge is wanting to be at virtually all activities within the zone. And I try my best to do that. I know the Leo clubs are at a disadvantage in the sense that they meet on a weekday or perhaps a time when I'm unable to make it out to their meetings. So since the Lions year has begun, they really haven't really seen me in person. I believe it was only one Leo club that I was able to be a part of their activity. But what I've been doing is that I have created a WhatsApp group. We've been communicating on that WhatsApp group. I asked them to share, all presidents and secretary, Leo and Lion leaders, to share their activities so that I can tag them in on it. I have been encouraging them to share their service activities on LCI. So once they're having a service activities that all clubs can be aware of within the zone. I try to tap in on meetings. And if I can't make it to a meeting and I know that they're out there doing a campaign, like yesterday, I saw the Grand Cayman Club out doing their support, their initiative for hunger, where they were out with their pans at a particular supermarket. I stopped by, just to encourage them. And I shared that within the group chat and say, hey, come on out and support and send your family and friends out to support them. So I know that my only challenge really within 4C is to hop over to Cayman Brac, which I'm looking forward to doing next year, so I can be there in person with them. Thanks.
You're welcome. George, anything from you?
Well, on the same note, just to say that the challenges are similar, especially where the geographic areas are concerned. And the solutions to, like my other counterparts, have been similar in terms of the utilizing the virtual platforms, etc. But in addition to what has been mentioned earlier, what we would have done also is to ask clubs to share their projects, highlights of successful things that they have done in the group so that others can be a part of the process, so that others can participate, others can know what is happening as well. So anything that is successful, anything that is noteworthy, you want to incorporate that. And just to say, in terms of the general challenges for the zones in Zone 1B, what we did at the first meeting where we would have highlighted and the presidents would have reported on the challenges that their clubs would have been faced with, we would have utilized those challenges to create what we call a tips and tricks document for the zone as to how we're going to address the challenges in Zone 1B, because we realized that the challenges were similar across clubs. Most clubs had similar challenges and some were a little different, etc. But then we were able to share our ideas and we were able to document it and to put it in a simple, readable form that persons could understand, persons could take what works best from it for them. And even in my own capacity as zone chair, I would have utilized some of those tips, some of those ideas in order to carry out my own mandate as a zone chairperson.
Good. And just two more questions and then we'll wrap up. The Leos. Lions are encouraged to embrace the Leos, take them under their wings, and prepare them, support them. Are your clubs moving forward with the passion to embrace and encourage the Leos in their endeavors, hoping that they will one day become a lion, or do we leave them and they're by themselves, we do our own thing? What's happening in your zone with your Leos?
I'll take that one for the first time, Len Avril, because it's interesting that you say that. I believe Zone 4C was one of the first zones that embraced the Leo Lionism, where we transition our Leos to lions. And I've been encouraging all clubs within our zone to take on the Leos who are now adults that still wants to be a part of Leos because they think that us lions are too old or too grandfathered in our ways, to transition them over to become key members as a Leo Lion. We encourage them to come on out and celebrate with us at our social meetings or our projects, so Leos are involved. We also support them in their initiative, any activities they have. We encourage them to see us. So if one person from our Lion Club cannot come out, at least one person should be there to support them. I see where the Alpha Leo Club or Leo advisor, Patricia Mushet, has really been pushing with her Leos, and their recent activity that they had at the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens, where it was a fun-filled evening, and they had the support of Lions as well. The UCCI Leos also had their final installation of 2 of their members, because, for Leos, it takes a little time to get all members installed. And so when one lion, a senior lion, is unavailable, another one will step in and we'll go out and support them in whatever initiative they do. So I want to say kudos to Zone 4C, the Lions clubs in Zone 4C, to continue the efforts of collaborating with their Leos, and to just show them that we are there for them. And we look forward also to supporting Leo Raldine in his upcoming meeting. I know that there will be quite a number of members coming out to celebrate with him and to journey with him and to support his initiative as district Leo chair.
Thank you.
Well, we have a Leo club sponsored by the Lions Club of Montego Bay that was recently installed with over 57 members. We are challenged to some degree in terms of, providing sufficient support for them in terms of attending their, meetings, but we are, aware, and we're working relative to creating a framework in terms of how do we get different Lions to be able to attend their meetings. And we are quite, encouraged, and we are quite motivated, since we have another objective of starting an Omega Club by the end of this Lionistic year. So we're looking to fine tune, how we support the Leo Club that we currently have, get that strategy, firm, and then now we can transition to launching that Omega Club. So more to come where that is concerned.
Wonderful.
So it's a similar situation in Zone 1B, where we have been encouraging our clubs to, where there are Leo clubs attached, etc., to support actively the Leo clubs that are involved. I know all clubs that have Leo clubs attached would have taken steps. Some are a little more far advanced than others. Some are catching up where that is concerned. But what is good is that all clubs would have taken that sort of action and activism to get going. So much so that since the start of this new Lionistic year, the Leo Club of Clarendon would have transitioned 2 of its Leos to Lions, And I think that is really, really commendable. And just before, even before July, they had done 3 already. So the process continues, and we're looking forward to have more, and to have more Leo clubs active and the Lions supporting and sponsoring these clubs. So we are seeing progress, and we believe with that continued push and that continued targeted approach, because we have to be intentional about what we do, because if we're not intentional, then we're not going to achieve what we set out to achieve. And I really want to commend all the clubs that have started that process, and particularly the Lions Club of Clarendon, who have transitioned some of our Leos to Lions.
Well done.
In terms of Zone 3C, we have 3 Leo clubs. And the parent clubs, they are working with the Leo club in terms of, you know, ensuring that, you know, they understand what is required of them, what is the expectation. At the same time, the other clubs are committed to forming Leo clubs, but they're mindful that within the Lions Club, there are some areas that they need to work on internally. And I think they want to get those sorted even before they start to, you know, form Leo clubs within the Lion clubs. But yes, they understand the importance of the Leo Club program. It is a project, because that is the program that would sustain Lionism. And so they understand that. But these clubs are just working to just get their internal operations fine-tuned before they even move into that. But in addition to that, they're giving support where necessary.
Very good. And finally, I would ask each of you to identify a strength in your zone, and then you can give your closing remarks after you've identify your strength.
I would say quickly, in terms of our zone, I think the ability to maintain sustainable projects. I think that is very important, because what you're seeing with the sustainable projects, there's visibility. The work is publicized, and there's more visibility of the club. And with the sustainable projects, members are really enthused because they want to be a part of, they want to be in the limelight, and so on and so forth. And for persons who are looking on, they are encouraged and they want to be a part of the fold. So I would say the sustainable projects is a success story for Zone 3C. Take, for instance, in my own club, the secondary school public speaking competition is synonymous with Lions. So when you hear that, I mean, it's featured on the government's calendar of activities for independence. So every October, the population looks forward to that because they know it is a Lions event. And I can say the same thing for other clubs, like our clubs in Grenada. The environmental projects, those are heavily featured. So for me, the sustainable projects is a big success story for our zone. Thank you.
Congrats.
I think for our zone, I can speak to the championing of one of Lions International global causes, championing through towards sight is quite, you know, a success in this zone. Quite recently, actually, on Monday, we celebrated the 5th year of the Canadian Vision Care in Jamaica, and their execution arm, the Community Vision Center of Excellence, the CVCE, in terms of the, you know, the solution that they brought to our zone and by extension Jamaica, in terms of providing cost, you know, effective eye care to the less fortunate. And I can tell you a lot of persons have benefited through that exercise. In terms of how we move forward for the items that we raised just now, relative to membership, I think it has to be a multi-pronged approach. It has to be through our leaders, nurturing them and getting them to transition into Lionism. It has to be through creating a strategic membership profile. So for each club, you need to assess the needs of your club and strategically target your community in terms of filling that need to ensure that when you're executing projects, you have the requisite skill set within the clubs to be able to execute effectively. And it has to be through membership experience. What added value are you giving to these Lions to keep them motivated? And it is quite synonymous and in line with what was presented yesterday around Maslow hierarchy of needs. We need to appreciate that Lions also are on that hierarchy and they're seeking to fulfill the love and belonging need and also the self-actualization need. And we play a part as, you know, president, zone chair in helping Lions to fulfill those needs.
Well said, Damian. I must echo the same thing. For the Lions within Zone 4C, I believe our strength is maintaining community engagement. And we see that since the Lionistic year has begun, where we have ramped up our campaigns for breast cancer awareness, prostate cancer awareness, diabetes, sight, environmental, where we've been growing produce and giving back to the community to also sustain hunger. I believe we need to understand what our members are really interested in, because no one person will be interested in one particular activity. And so if the members that we have are encouraged to go out and do something for the community, a key project for the community, then we know particularly that we are serving the community and serving because I am. Now, one of the things I know, Lions clubs, especially the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens, I can speak about them because I know of an upcoming project that they will be doing to enhance or enable those children who are disabled within the community. So they have a project coming up. I'm certain that they will also share the link with the district so you can be a part of that project. You'll be able to see what they do. It's an auction where they're trying to raise funds to give back to disabled children and children who are suffering with cancer or thriving with cancer within the community. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman continues their prostate project and their site screening projects with the children and also men that are faced with prostate cancer, and then the children in the school for sight. And they have been reporting. And these things I know that the community does appreciate. The Lions Club of Cayman Brac continues to sensitize their small community. It's about 3,000 persons in that community, but they know quite a lot about the Lions Club of Cayman Brac because sometimes you'll see them out there with their placards, just giving an encouraging word or, you know, quite a good reminder. Or they will go out and sit with the children and do a pajama party where you do sit and read with them. So I am so proud of the strength that they continue to have within the community and knowing the community needs.
So in closing, as the last person to give our strength in terms of Zone 1B, I really believe that our strength is collaboration. I've seen where the clubs have been working together to achieve a number of objectives. And when I speak of collaboration, I speak of intra and inter-collaboration, clubs with Lions clubs within the zone collaborating with each other, Lions club outside of the zone collaborating, and indeed Lions club collaborating with other service clubs, for example, the Kiwanis and the Optimists, etc. And I find that we have been achieving so much more through that partnership. For example, I know the Lions Club of Mandeville, when they're with their fundraising venture, their raffle, etc. They achieve so much more when they work together and they partner with, I believe, the Kiwanis Club of St. Andrew, North St. Andrew or so, one of those clubs. And I think this is a really good initiative. We had our beach cleanup just recently, And of the 7 clubs in the zone, we had approximately 5 clubs that participated in one project in the area. North St. Catherine, Old Harbor, Central St. Catherine, and we also had a representative from Mandeville, etc., that participated in the beach cleanup in Old Harbor, the Old Harbor Bay Fishing Village. And I find that this really brings a synergy among the lands, and it really gives us the true meaning of what Lionism is about. Recently, one of the clubs in my zone did not get CVC visit this time around, that's Central St. Catherine Central, but yet still members of the St. Catherine Central Club came out and assisted in Old Harbor and assisted to work and to marshal the persons, etc. And this is really the demonstration of true Lionism. And I think this really demonstrates the theme of our Lion District Governor, I am because we are.
Thank you so much. Sorry. Yeah, Cornelia.
Permit me, but I didn't answer the second part in terms of the way forward.
Yeah.
I just want to say that, you know, we have the ideas, you know, we're saying it every time at sessions, but it's just for us to put it into action. And I know Online's International, there's a nice little blueprint for how we can build stronger clubs. Just like how we do our community assessments, we do our club assessments, we establish our goals, make sure we get input from each member, make sure that they're smart, we develop the framework and we put it into action. And I think we'll be good.
Yes, thank you. I am sure that our district governor listened attentively to your contributions and he will be very proud of you. The district health assessment action strategies are available to you on the LCI website. These resources were designed to assist with providing an overview in the area of clubs, membership strength, cancellation, reports, finance, and leadership. So please use the tools available and encourage your clubs to do similarly. Lion Zone chairpersons, I encourage you to continue to support the clubs in your respective zone. It is not just about you doing projects to bring the clubs together, but as the resource person, or Lion rather, invited by the district governor to serve in this capacity as zone chair, you are expected to assist club presidents in improving their performance and growth, as well as offering resolutions to club conflicts where necessary. Thank you, Zone Chair Lion Damien, Lion George, Melvin Jones Fellow, Lion Cornelia, and Lion Maxine, Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow, for your participation and contributions. To the District Governor, Lion Dr. Carlisle, Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow, for the opportunity to share at the Cabinet meeting. Wishing all of you continued success for the remaining of the Lion District year. I am because we are. I thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, members of the panel. Lions Leos, these are your zone chairpersons. This is not all of them, but this is a sample group of them who we thought could represent the district at this time. In our further meetings, the remaining zone chairpersons and region chairpersons will get a chance to have their moment in the hot seat. So we thank you, panelists, for entertaining us. Lions, the meeting's been a bit long. I know you're getting a little restless, but we're near the end. So let's pick up some speed and finish strong. We're now at item number 16, the district governor's address. If you would allow, I would stay in my chair and do same. I will just share screen if I'm allowed. So Lions Leos, a blessed good evening. As I said, I am your District Governor, Lion Carlisle, and I'd like to report on the progress of the district so far. I'm here in Tortola reporting, and I know it's been extremely pleasurable event for me to come across Region 2. And this is the first leg of my audits. I've met with many club members, many Lions, many Leos, and indeed, my chest is swelling from side to side across the plains. I feel happy to be your district governor. I was warmly met from the moment I entered St. Croix and all the way to the lovely reception I've received here in Tortola. So to you, Lions and Leos in Region 2, I thank you. Our district remains strong. We have a total membership of Lions that total 3,643 persons, with a net loss of 1, but for the year, a net loss of 2. In terms of Lions, that's 1,083 persons, gaining overall 23 persons, but losing 123 for the year. And with respect to the Leos, we have 32 active clubs. That's the Alpha clubs and 38 active Omega clubs. The Leos are doing phenomenally well, as you saw in the early reports, and our active growth is predominantly that of the Leos. Demonstrating the heart of a lion. As I said earlier, we're doing fantastically well in the district. We currently only have 1 club in financial suspension at this time, but there's great efforts to have this resolved very quickly. The Leos are doing amazing, as you can see, and they have improved their reporting by 132%. Why are you behaving like that? The Lions clubs, however, are lagging a little behind, and as of November, 41 clubs have not reported on membership as yet. This is important, Lions. We need to report our activities. We have cried down the Leos in the past for not reporting, but now the tables are turned. We are not reporting. We need to report. We need visibility. You can't say the public is not aware of you. You can't get your target audience of getting members if you're not visible. You can only be visible through your reports, presenting to the community what you have done on their behalf. So if you report what you do, we can see, we can recognize it, we can praise you for it, and we can publicize it. Knowing your pride. We've had a very active last quarter, and I must congratulate the Cancer Awareness and the Diabetes Commissions. They really have outdone themselves this time. And I was really, really pleased to see some of the creativeness in the various groups. I've been privileged to some of the WhatsApp discussions, and I swore at some points fights were going to break out virtually. But I was also pleasantly surprised to see how they were able to negotiate the differences and come up with a remarkable outcome at the end of the day. And it shows you when great minds come together for the same cause, you can really put aside your differences and make it possible. The New Voices Committee has been working really hard, and at this time, I would like to congratulate Lion Nikisha Scott Mason from St. Andrew, who has been awarded the New Voices Award for service, and she's done significant and several examples of impactful projects that demonstrate good service initiatives. She's a great team player, has leadership qualities, and is personally committed as part of the resume submitted. I would also like to recognize Leo Raldine Thomas from the Georgetown Cyber Leo Club in Cayman, in the Cayman Islands. He's been awarded New Voices for Leadership. And in his citation, it says, for the excellent quality of the impact of his leadership and his leadership style, having been instrumental in the formation of the new Cyber Club in Cayman. And the Cyber Club progressing within the changing times and embracing new technology to take Lionism into the new era. And just 5 short years, he's moved a traditional Alpha Leo Club to being a driving force in the new Cyber Alpha Leo Club. And here we congratulate him, not only being the Leo District 60B, the Leo District President, but also an active member of the new Cyber Leo Club. Last but not least, we congratulate Lion Sondra Ford from the Antigua Lions Club. Lion Sondra, in the citation, it says, for the exceptional impact of her club's marketing efforts, having joined the club in 2020 and steered significant growth in her club's Facebook following, as well as her club winning the Lions International Marketing Award for our Constitutional Area 1. And that's significant, Constitutional Area 1. She's been acknowledged for her contributions to marketing strategies, hardware, and a meticulous attention to detail. There was no new voice candidate under membership, but Lions, I want to applaud these three persons, Lion Akeisha Scott Mason, Leah Raldane Thomas, and Lion Sandra Ford for the New Voices Awards. Leadership. The Lions in 60B continue to be outstanding in leadership. We first like to congratulations past Council Chair Lion Sherwin Greenidge for graduating as an LSIP. That's a Lions Institute instructional provider. He is now qualified to lead leadership programs across the district with the blessings of LCI, and he can now challenge his knowledge and help us now to impact greater how we produce programs across the district. Because with him being L6 certified, we now access the different pathways in leadership and access the different leadership tools that we weren't previously allowed in our district because we didn't have access to persons with LSIP training. Lions, we've had wonderful workshops yesterday. I'd like to congratulate the facilitators and the participants and the panelists who led the various workshops. I was indeed proud for the quality and for the conversation developed from the said workshops. And I hope that we can continue that type of energy in our next cabinet meetings, because workshops impart knowledge, and you can't be more informed unless you learn what you need to learn to go into the community with. You have to be empowered with knowledge to teach someone or to train someone. And the more we can learn about the tenets of Lionism, we understand how the wheels should turn. And then you can stand firmly on your feet and be a true Lion, because you can represent all the tenets of being a Lion. I've heard you. I've heard about age and membership being an issue. I've heard about retention of members beyond the first 6 months being a problem. Lions, it's time now to think outside the box. It is time that we try for a new Lions mold. The traditional mold has held very well for the last 100 years, but for us to grow, for us to go forward, we now need a new mold of Lionism. So what is that new concept? That new concept is saying we need shorter meetings. We need more attractive events. We need more visibility. We need more impactful projects that can be legacy projects, yes, but have a rapid turnover to see the gratifications of the person who's doing it. We can't take 10 meetings to plan a project, 6 months to put it into being, and then finally to execute it. The Lion would have died in the plains. We need the energy to be fresh. We need new ideas. We need people to run quickly and get it done. I've heard the complaints that only 5 and 6 members are constantly doing things. If you have a membership of 70 and only 30 are working, then you need to put the remaining 40 persons into active roles. You need to show them up by saying, handle this. And I'm sure the people's nature is you don't want to be disappointing, or you don't want to be embarrassed or ashamed. So once given responsibility, you will step up or step out. But we need to make those persons accountable. I want you to clean up your books. It makes no sense having dead weight on the table, on your books, paying money for them, and they're not coming out. Now, I am partial to the fact that a person might attend projects and not attend a meeting. And that's good with me, because we serve. And if that person is coming out to serve the community, but not necessarily serve the lot of long talk that happens at meetings, I can live with that. So as long as they're serving the community and paying the dues, I'm good. You know, you can try to encourage them to come to meetings every now and then, and try that. But as long as they're still attending projects and being actively participants, I can live with that. So I think we now need to let up a little bit on the pomp and circumstance of the traditional lions that we have had, and now look forward to the future of forming a new mold. That will burn some of us older lions in the wrong way, but guess what? Those of us who have been comforted by our old way, just complaining that we're dying, there's nobody to replace us. So you prefer to be dead or to be resurrected? And for resurrection to come, new birth has to occur. And for that new birth, we need new blood, new genes, new ideas, new ways of doing things. And that is where we are at now. The time is now, Lions and Leos. Rebirth is happening. So let go. Let go of the traditional reins so that the new blood can start to flow. Now, not all new ideas will grow. Some will burn on the ground. Some will go back to the ground. But that's where experience comes now. So you can't throw the baby with the bathwater. The older lions are there to still offer support, maturity, and guidance. A child has to fall to walk. A child has to get a cut to know what pain and suffering is. The we will have some problems, but we remain committed to the service and our tenet of we serve, we will get through this. So Lions and Leos, I'm asking you, embrace the time. Embrace where we are at. Clean up your dead weight. Clean up your dead wood. Confront the issues before you. Be honest with them. Have honest discussions with each other. That's the only way we can survive. Lions, you've had a long evening, and I thank you for listening to me. I am your district governor. Thank you. So we move on to agenda item number 17, presentations. Are there any presentations from the floor? I was asked to make some presentations on Melvin Jones, and I was also asked to give plaques to Lion Jessica Gums, Lion Toshe Davis, and Lion Siobhan Sutherland. Those plaques are not here. I did not receive them, but I'm told that your Melvin Jones Fellowship were announced. For those of you who did not know, we welcome Lion Jessica Gums, Lion Toshe Davis, and Lion Siobhan Sutherland to the Brotherhood of Melvin Jones. This afternoon, I would also like to welcome one more person. I will read the citation from here, and then we will have the pinning of said lion. The plaque is not here, so you will forgive us, but we can read the citation because the citation is with Hilario and Stefan, who has been alive for longer than I have been and still remain 12 years and 67 years respectively. So dear Melvin Jones Fellow, on behalf of Lions Club International Foundation, congratulations on becoming a Melvin Jones Fellow. The Melvin Jones Fellowship is named for Melvin Jones, the founder of Lions Club International. It is largely due to the growth of the fellowship program that LCIF has been able to meet humanitarian needs in communities around the world. Fellowship contributions help to bring medications to prevent river blindness to people like 67-year-old Hilario and her family, or teach children like 12-year-old Stefan to avoid drugs through the Lion Quest. Each Melvin Jones Fellow contribution can restore the sight of 167 individuals or provide Lion Quest to 67 youths. LCIF is able to continue and expand programs through the generous support of the fellows such as yourself. You should take great pride in knowing that you will impact so many lives, both in your immediate community as well as across the globe. You are becoming a Melvin Jones Fellow during a historic time for LCIF as we support years of supporting Lions humanitarian service worldwide. We're also looking to the future. LCIF is embarking on $3 million capital fundraising campaigns to both increase the impact we have made in our current focus areas, but also to expand our service to include Lions' no global causes. As a Melvin Jones Fellow, your name has been added to a list of all individuals in the program. During your next visit to Lions Club International Headquarters, I'd invite you to visit the LCF room to see the name on this extensive list. Wear your Melvin Jones Fellowship lapel with pride. It represents your dedication to humanitarian service to the highest degree. Thank you for your continued dedication and support to LTAF. It is signed by our immediate past Lions International president. I'll ask the Lions president of Tortola Club to come forward and present the pin to our newest Melvin Jones. Lions, be upstanding as we recognize Lion Kamika Ford as our new Melvin Jones Fellow. Lion Claudio, I'll ask you to raise a roll for our new Melvin Jones Fellow.
1, 2, 3.
Lions. Lions, be seated. We also had some presentation certificates for the workshop presenters yesterday, and I will present them a little later because I'm tardy in pulling up that file now. And that is certificates for Lion Denise Bentic, Alan Alexander, and for the Lions Club of Tortola for hosting this meeting this afternoon. A round of applause for the hosting club. Thank you. Lions and Leos, that brings us to item 18 on the, sorry, one more presentation, please.
Hello. Good afternoon again. Lion District Governor, can you step forward, please? And Zone Chair, can you assist me? MJF. District Governor, Lions Club of Tortola, we're very honored to have you here with us. We've met you on a few occasions, including International Convention and in St. Martin, and every time we've met you, you've been inspirational. You've advised us and you've guided us. This trip was no different, and we thank you for your time. We thank you for making the effort to come in person and visit us and sit with us and speak with us and all the others. So thank you for your service on behalf of Lions Club of Tortola.
Thank you very much. Any more presentation?
We move on to tail twisting. The local tail twister from the Lions Club of Tortola. It is your time.
And District Governor. And Leo Shervin said he has a presentation to do, so you would permit for him to do it at this particular point in time. Yeah, thanks, Shervin. Leo, I'm speaking futuristically.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Leo Shervin Dominic. I'm from the Nature Isle of the Caribbean, and I have a small token of appreciation to the Lion President of Tortola for welcoming me with open arms, and I did enjoy your island, and I enjoy everything that you all done for me. And I have this small token of appreciation to hand over to you all. Thank you, and I hand over to you.
Thank you very much, Leo Shervin. Lion Alphonse.
Okay, good afternoon, fellow Lions and Leos, those here with us present, and those in the virtual audience. First of all, I'd just like to ask all the male lions in the room, and also those of you that are virtually, if you could just put on your camera for 1 minute. So all male lions, please stand. Those to put on the camera. So I'd just like to say happy International Men's Day to all male lions. And for that, I would ask all of our lovely female lions to please pay $1 on behalf of these male lions. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Alphonse. You told Lion Daff what you were going to do, right?
No.
So she decided she was going to get out. Lion Daff, Lion President, sorry. You came up here to make a presentation to the DG. And based on what I saw happen, you had to get help from Lion Simon. So you have a problem turning things on? Then you're standing up as a male. And you know what the maximum is.
Thank you. Lion President, we are not finished with you. Lion Marvin, come here a minute, please. I hope all of us can see the difference between the heights between myself and Lion Marvin. Right? Lion Marvin is almost 6'5". I am almost 5'6". So there is a common denominator in that phrase. And Lion President, for asking the two of us to be tail twister, we ask you to pay $6 to the covers today. At a very late notice as well.
She says she has paid all our fines. And Zone Chair, we're all aware of the Cinderella story, right? Where the pumpkin carriage and ran away and left the shoes and all kind of thing, right? Lion Zone Chair, you seem to have forgotten that your Mr. Chairman was downstairs and not in the room last night. And you didn't only went away and left one shoes, you left both. So for putting a new spin on the Cinderella story, we'll take something from you. And for Lion Faith, for stepping in and ensuring that your shoes were returned. I don't know what ceremony took place when she returned your shoes. Lion Faith, you want to tell us? What pair? The entire pair. Okay. Well, for returning her shoes, we'll take $1 from you. Zone Chair? She knows what she has to pay. Cinderella, that's a big story since I was a little boy, I know that. Thank you very much, Lion Zone Chair. And congratulations on becoming a Melvin Jones Fellow also. Yeah.
Last night we had a very nice event, the Taste and Serve. So I'm not too sure who's the committee chair for that event. Is the committee chair present?
No, he's not, but his co-chairs are here.
So the co-chairs, can the co-chairs please stand?
They want to be called by name Lion Shekima, Lion Faith. Who else is here? Lion Keisha? Yes, sorry. Lion Zone, so answer. Lion Kali? You must be recognized for your hard work. I'm sure this.
We are very much appreciative of the event last night. We had a very good time. All of us was there, could contest to that. So thank you very much. However, District Governor, please stand. Past Council Chair, please stand. I would like to know why during the event that these two lions had to leave to go and get some job and some job ticket. So, so for that, those members of the committee and the other two will have to pay a fine. Thank you.
Lion Alphonse, DG didn't only went to have your pork and chicken, he ensured he came back to the establishment and let them know he had something from somewhere else. He walked straight up to the bar with his box and said that look, real food. And there was a lion who was responsible for taking all of y'all. There's two lions. Two lions. You see? So where those two lions stand? Lion Faith, you finish with the committee or you want to?
So now the other two lions have got to pay also.
Okay.
So that's Lion Gwyneth, Lion Abiona.
Lion Gwyneth said the DG want real food. So she's taking them to find real food. And it's obvious that they had real food. So much so that Lion, but when, no, he knows, I said, including all y'all. And that's when he said there was a second driver. So he has recognized. The food was so good that past council chair came back and went straight to bed. So, wonderful. Did he pay Lion Alphonse? He paid?
Did he pay?
Wonderful.
It's sufficient?
Lion Gwyneth.
Okay.
Lion Etty, please stand. Could you tell us your last name? Please tell us your last name.
Brazier, that was there.
Lion Gwyneth, please stand up and tell us Lion Etty's name, the full name that you echoed to me. For rechristening Lion Etty, changing our name, Lion Gwyneth, as the registrar, you will need to pay. Thank you. Lion Alphonse, go again.
My final for tonight, Lion Past Council Secretary Treasurer Lion Maria. Please stand. Is the camera good? I want you to come up front. I know we have some music, but we saw you getting really low last night. We want to do a reenactment for those of us who don't understand.
Lion Maria's agreed to pay readily. Lion Maria posted a message in the chat encouraging Lions to come out this afternoon. And Lion Maria, you want to repeat that message or at least a section of that message? Or you want me to do it for the gathering? Some part of the message suggested that Lion DG is tired seeing her old face. Lion DG has only been here for the last, 3 days, 3 nights. And he started seeing your old face and the younger faces must come out. Lion Maria, for telling us your age, because you said old face. That's your number. That's your number. See, everybody smile when they heard it. Good. For such a sweet number, we'll take another $1 from you. Lion Corinne. Lion Corinne looked at me and said, don't call her. Well, Lion President sent me a message, myself and Lion Alphonse, and asked us to be tail twisters when we walked in here. So that gives me the authority to call you, and as my very good friend for asking me why I call you, we'll take $2. It's always a pleasure seeing you and pleasure being with you. My other visit, Lion Helen, lovely hairstyle. I love it. when I grow up, a same hairstyle I carry. Even though I think I going to join like Malcolm Corwin and those guys and like Carvin. And another same note, like Carvin, for hairstyle, for having a hairstyle that I'll soon have, we'll take $2 from you. All our visiting lions who have not been twisted, we will ask you to stand and make a contribution towards this cabinet meeting. Lion DG, again, thank you for having the confidence in asking us to host this meeting. And we trust that we have done your confidence proud. We certainly enjoyed your inspirational talks and guidance and leadership thus far. With that said, thank you very much, Lions.
I have one twist to do. Lion Alphonse, stand for me, please. No, I didn't pay yet. Lions, I met Lion Alphonse about 2 years ago, right? Yeah, when he came to the BVI, he came along with Lion Allison and a few of them. Lion Allison, he said, don't worry the name, he's straight. Now, I've given Lion Allison a gift because he's straight. Now, Lion Alphonse, he says he's short, but he's black. So, Lion Alphonse, $20 for twisting for you. It's a big bag.
Thank you very much, Lion Twisters. Lions, so you just bear with me one moment. I overlooked one of the presentations, and I also do not recall giving congratulations to the New Voices team and committee, which comprised of Lion Anthony Rich, Lion Leandra Lewis, Lion Janelle Farley, and Lion Diane Angle as the committee chairpersons. You really did a wonderful job for New Voices, and we congratulate you. One of the presentations I omitted, however, was by our second vice district governor. And so I'd like to invite Lion Judy to present on behalf of the Lions Club of Mandeville on a project that they need our awareness and our commitment to for as a cabinet. So Lion Judy, the floor is yours. Thank you. Lions, we just allow pass on to chairperson, Lion Claudia. And I'll find and road to the airport to get the flights. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming. Have a safe journey. Thank you. Lion Judy, go ahead.
Thank you, Lion District Governor. Lion District Governor and the other members of the head table, distinguished Lions in the room and also in the virtual space, my fellow Lions Leos. The Lions Club of Mandeville owns a building which is currently used for meetings, Lions projects, and community events. A dental clinic of approximately 1,200 square feet is being set up in a part of this building and will primarily cater to the needs of school children in the elementary system in the communities in and around the town of Mandeville. The great demand for this service was evidenced early in 2022 when the club hosted a one-day dental clinic with support from a team of dentists out of the United States. Agreements are now being finalized for the clinic to be supported by the Southern Regional Health Authority which is a Government of Jamaica entity, to provide technical oversight, professional staff, and assistance with dental supplies. The Northern Caribbean University Dental School, which is located just outside the town of Mandeville, is also in final discussions with the Lions Club to involve those students enrolled in the dental hygienist program in a work experience project. Administrative support at the clinic will be provided by the members of the Lions Club. For the clinic to operate at full potential, funding in the amount of approximately $44,000 is required, broken down as follows. Structural improvements, $17,000. Delivery unit, $25,000. And assorted instruments, approximately $2,000. The Lions Club of Mandeville, through its fundraising efforts, will be able to provide $12,900. We would therefore like to apply for an LCIF matching grant in the amount of $31,532 to cover the outstanding amounts, and hereby make the proposal to Cabinet for approval to move forward with the grant application to the Foundation. Thank you, Lion District Governor.
Thank you very much, Lion Judy. So members of council have heard you, and we will discuss this at our Rugby meeting and the director of project. I'm also going to chance for the general membership here of this project because it was discussed and deliberated on before our third cabinet meeting, because we understand that Lions Club International Board of Directors meet in January for their next round of deliberations for grants. So we'll try to dispatch of this matter before then. Lions item 20, date and place of the next cabinet meeting. The next cabinet meeting is scheduled for the first weekend in March. The location will be circulated a little more because I've not tidied that up effectively, so I will not announce it at this time, but we're looking for the weekend, the first weekend in March. It's either going to be the 3rd of March or the 10th of March. But as I said, in a couple of weeks, that will all be circulated very shortly for you so you can tidy it up on your calendars. The moment of time, the vote of thanks. Lion Judy, we revert back to you.
Thank you, Lion District Governor. Let me first apologize for the lack of my video, but I'm presently experiencing some issues with my device, which will only allow you to hear me and not see me at the same time. Lion District Governor Carlisle, other distinguished Lions at the head table and in the virtual space, guests, Leos, and my fellow Lions. It is my absolute pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks at the end of 2 very interesting days, which comprise the second cabinet meeting for Sub-District 60B. This is also a special day for the men in our movement as they celebrate International Men's Day. We wish them well and thank them all for their service. There's a Vietnamese proverb that says, when eating fruit, remember the one who planted the tree. So this afternoon, as we savor the taste of this awesome cabinet meeting, let us not forget those Lions who planted the tree by contributing in many ways to leave this taste of gratitude with us. First, let me thank each of the participants on today's program for your invaluable contribution in making the meeting a success. Special thanks to Lion Allen, our first Vice District Governor, for his warm welcome and comprehensive introductions. A big shout out to the IT team in Tortola and our own district team. Although we had some challenges at the start, we have to thank you for an efficient production. Thanks also to the Tortola Lions for hosting the second cabinet meeting. Thanks to our hardworking Cabinet Secretary Treasurer, Lion Nicola, for her administrative support to the District Governor and the Sub-District. The District Leo President, Raldane, and the Leo Commission Chair, Lion Fabian, must be commended for the excellent updates provided. The innovative approach to the zone chair's reports was a welcome change that provided all the necessary information while keeping us engaged at the same time. Lion District Governor, Dr. Carlisle, we thank you sincerely for so efficiently taking us through today's meeting, for your expert leadership and your conscientious dedication to Lionism. Mention must also be made of the District Governor's support during the workshops yesterday as he skillfully moderated the sessions. Our gratitude to the two presenters, past Council Chair Lion Denise from District 60A, who gave us all a clearer understanding of the functioning of the council and its associated costs, and to our own first Vice District Governor Lion Allen, who shared with us the leadership skills necessary in addressing many of the issues we are addressing in our clubs. Finally, a big thanks to each Lion and Leo who attended yesterday and today, and for your continued support and hard work in District 60B. Thank you all very much.
First, right? Second one, sorry. See, the year is half and already just changed the structure already. All right, my fellow Lions and Leos, we're at the end of the day. We now move forward to stand, stretch your legs. We're going to have the district governor's song. And while that is being loaded up, I will take the district governor's pleasure and purpose and terminate this meeting at 4:29 p.m. so we can all shake a leg, enjoy the song, and then demit from this place with God's care. Thank you all for participating in the cabinet meeting. Thank you all for staying with us. We reached 191 persons for this meeting. So I thank you all. Thank you all. Have a blessed evening. This meeting now stands terminated.
Together aspire achieve. Many lions one heart, yes I am, because we are shoulder to shoulder, we moving forward. Love, compassion, humanity, honor. We are our brothers keepers indeed. Disaster, illness, and people in need. Lions always taking the lead. With God's grace we will succeed. So come together now, fight for a cause, don't settle now. Make this world better now, let us show you how. I am. We are heart of a lion, yeah, heart of a lion. I am because we are heart of a lion, yeah, heart of a lion. This will for the Leos. The youth will be pride with them on the rise. The future is bright. The seniors providing the juniors insight. Teach them the ways and then move aside. A new generation emerging, strong and determined. You can't deter them. Everyday lessons I'm learning, success is certain. I am because we are. I am because we are heart of a lion. I am because we are. I am because we are heart of a lion. I am because we are heart of a lion, yeah, heart of a lion. I am because we are heart of a lion, yeah, heart of a lion. I am because we are heart of a lion, yeah, heart of a lion. I am because we are Heart of a lion, yeah. Heart of a lion.